Cade Cunningham is now top 10 on the NBA.com's updated MVP ladder. I mean, previously, he's been on the list. I think this is the highest he's been. And we're going to be talking a little bit today about what Cade Cunningham has going on next for him, what the team can do, and how far he can go in the NBA. We're going to talk a little bit about Dallas, but we're starting earlier into the game because, like I mentioned last video, I've been battling pneumonia, and I am not feeling great. So we're going to get through this one. But with Cade being top 10 MVP, that's a huge step. He had his first All-Star game this year. And on the actual NBA Twitter account, in the past 5 days, he's had 27 tweets about him. They've been flexing games left and right for them. They added one previously against Miami where Detroit won off that Cade Cunningham buzzer beater three. We talked about last video with Brendan Sims. And they also added another one. I believe it's against OKC. So that's coming up, I believe, this week or next week. So we're talking about, or I guess it's this coming week, I should say. We're talking about a guy that the NBA is pushing. I've talked about how usually you don't see a guy start to produce all-star level and get the push right away, especially a guy who people were calling a bust for the first 3 years of his career. I mean, it's just insane how people were talking about this kid. I mean, we're talking about a guy now who actually has a good, solid supporting cast around him. He's playing well. He's getting the recognition, and instantly he's in the spotlight, trying to be potentially one of the faces of the NBA, and I believe he can be the next 2K cover. We've talked a little bit about that. 2K has had him in their games as someone you can talk to. They've been pushing him, and they were pushing him well before the NBA account started too. I mean, NBA would post some highlights, but 2K has been on it. I see him as the front runner for the cover for the next game. But what can he do next? I mean, if he's already number 7 in the MVP race, what can he do next year? Let's just say Detroit goes out and gets a top-tier dude. And I don't want to bring up any specific names because they're most likely not happening. It's probably going to be someone we don't even expect at this point. And I could say any top 25 player. Sounds ridiculous, but by the offseason, they'll probably be traded at some point to some team. Maybe one or two of them, because that's just how the NBA works. That's how sports works. It's unpredictable. There's a lot happening behind the scenes that we have no clue about, that the players, coaches, general management was already very aware of is going to be traded. But anyways, let's say we go and get a top 25 player. Yes, Cade's stats go down, but I mean, he's a playmaker at heart. I don't think that's going to hurt his case. You look at a Nikola Jokic, you look at a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you look at a Giannis, I mean, you look at a Tatum, you look at a Donovan Mitchell, you look at a Stephen Curry. All these people on the NBA's MVP list have other high-level contributors. They all have 1Bs. They all have for Mobley, they have a 1A, and he's still on the list at number 9. So getting a high-level player isn't going to eliminate Cade from this. It's only going to elevate him, especially with his play style. So we're talking about a team that adds a star player. They're the 6th seed right now. And yes, there's teams behind them that are getting better, like Orlando, Toronto. Washington's getting better, but they're not close to being a top 6 seed. They have some good pieces, though, and they've shown that getting veterans around the young core anyways. But can Detroit get into that top 4 seeding? It's tough, and it looks like it's tough right now because those teams are only getting better. But what just happened to Philly? I mean, anything can happen to these teams that we have no clue. And it could happen to Detroit. But let's just say all goes right for them. I think adding another piece, they could be a top 4 seed. And then you can overtake a Donovan Mitchell because the stats are better from Cade Cunningham than Donovan Mitchell. If they can get it closer in the win total, it's only going to make it easier for Cade to jump up in the MVP ladder. I mean, look at these other guys. Shai, Jokic, Giannis, Tatum. I think those are 4 guys that are going to be in the MVP race time and time again because of the stats they put up, the winning they do. How is Cade going to get to that level? Well, you put a good team around him. That's step 1. You get another star for him. That's step 2. I mean, he needs pieces around him to be able to be in that top echelon of MVP candidates. Let's say, in another scenario, they go and roll into the next year with the same exact team. They had a veteran. They had a second-round rookie because they don't have a first-round pick this year. They could always move in. It's pretty cheap, too, to get into like those 20s. But it's not an impactful player. I mean, you have the development of Jaden Ivey, Asar Thompson, Ron Holland, Jalen Duren. The only way he's going to get higher than 7, because look at those names above him, is if one of those players takes a leap and they get a top 4 seed. So, I mean, with both themes, it might be obvious, but they need to get a way higher seeding for him to actually be considered for MVP. Because you talk about Shai, Jokic, Giannis, that's winning basketball. You talk about Tatum, that's winning basketball. Everyone on that list, winning basketball. I think Cade, maybe the Warriors are a lower seed than the Pistons right now in the West. But you're talking about elite players. And you add more winning to Cade, it's going to happen. But it doesn't matter the scenario. You're getting a guy who's going to be a perennial all-star every single year. And I can't see a way where he's not. Like I said, they've been pushing Cade in the NBA world. I don't know if Adam Silver pulls the strings. I don't know who does. But he's been marketed heavily. He's from Texas, from the Dallas area, I believe. And I've seen a lot of tweets that there's been like 50 Cade Cunningham family members there. And I bet you that there's a lot of other people there cheering for Detroit, especially after what Dallas did to their franchise guy. They're cheering for the hometown kid. Dallas is up 35-27 end of the first. It's not looking great for Detroit so far. No Piston has a positive plus minus. And I'm excited to actually get into this and watch kind of what's going on because Najee Marshall plus 11. He's had a good night. 6 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, a steal, 2 for 3 from the field. So we're going to be breaking down the game a little bit more tomorrow. I just wanted to get on and talk a little bit about MVP ladder Cade. Any thoughts on that? Leave a comment. Anything you disagree with, leave a comment. Anything you agree with, leave a comment. But before you head out, make sure you you subscribe if you haven't, comment what you liked, what you didn't like I already mentioned. We've also put a Buy Me a Coffee link in there. There is zero obligation to do any of that. I just put it in there to kind of help supplement some of the editing costs for the programs I use and such. So that's all going to be going towards that. I'm going to be creating member tiers eventually as that gets going. But like I said, zero obligation for that. But we'll be back, and hopefully my voice is back by tomorrow night because, man, pneumonia sucks.